Welcome to a book outlet haul brought to you by my enormous zit. I got this box, this very heavy box, from the Boxing Day sale the Book Outlet did, and it has finally gotten here, and no complaints. I know they had a high volume of orders, and it does usually take a while to get your books from Book Outlet, but it is well worth the wait to pay less to get these books. I think I saved almost $200 on these. And this was kind of my last hurrah book buying thing because I'm doing a ban for January. I've got books already in my Amazon cart, so I don't know how effective it's going to be. But I have not actually bought anything other than school books yet in January, and those don't count because I have to read those. They're required. So I'm going to open this, and we're going to see what's in here because I've completely forgotten everything I ordered except I think one book. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I don't know if they're going to do that thing where they put all that paper in there like last time and it's going to make a lot of noise and distract my cats. Why did I cut toward myself? Why did I cut toward myself? Anyway, they did. So what I'm going to do to save myself some heartache and to save frustrations with the cats is I'm going to go ahead and take the paper off the top of this, come back, and then I'll start pulling out the books. I honestly don't even think there's that many books in here. It's just heavy. I think I got more hardbacks than I'm used to getting. But let's go ahead and see what's in here. I'm going to try to pull them out without looking at them so I can be like shocked by what I bought, like because I'm a dumbass and forgot everything. Oh, okay, so I got Briar Rose by Jane Yolen, and this was a book I read in middle school, and it's part of a series of fairy tale retellings, and this one is about a girl in the Holocaust. It's told from like her grandma's telling her the story, and it's compelling to me and interesting because it's one of the first Holocaust novels. You know, there's a big kick of those that are really popular. The Devil's Arithmetic, Number of the Stars, obviously Diary of Anne Frank is well read in kind of that middle school 8th grade era, but this one involves a character who's homosexual. It's a homosexual man, and it was the first time I'd seen someone included in like a novel about the Holocaust because like they went through it too, but people don't usually look at that facet. So this one talks about a little Jewish girl, but also about there's a homosexual man who is in this novel, and this is part of a, like I said, a series. I have another one, Tam Lin, written by, oh gosh, I can't remember her now off the top of my head, but I didn't realize they were in the same series until I looked this up on Goodreads because I just remembered the name of it a couple years ago, and they happened to have a copy at Book Outlet, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. So I'll probably reread this at some point. I've got some more books that I've gotten in the past that were really important to me in middle school, and I think I may reread them to see if they hold up, but this one should. I remember being really good then. So that's the first one. Oh, receipt. Okay, there's two of these. Okay, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, I got strictly because I saw the movie with Maggie Smith in it many years ago, and I was just like floored by that character, and like the plot of the movie is crazy. We read scenes from it in an acting class I took, and so when I saw they had the book, like, and for no bigger than that is, I will be giving this a reread, or a read in general. I've never read it before. To see if it holds up to the movie, because my God, if you've never seen The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie with Maggie Smith, look it up. It's wild. The next one I got is The Sky and the Deep by Adrienne Young, and I got this because the Owl Crate for December had that hand warmer that was inspired by it, and I was like, I could read this if they had it, and they did. So I've got it now, and eventually I will read it. Again, eventually I will read it. There are more in here than I thought. Okay, Wondrous Strange, which I'm glad came in because this is a book that's inspired by A Midsummer Night's Dream. And that happens to be the first novel for my Shakespeare class novel. The first play that we're reading for my Shakespeare class is A Midsummer Night's Dream. So I'll be reading this one very shortly to kind of do the compare and contrast thing that I'd like to do. It shouldn't take me long. There's some big print in this book. But it's another one of those where they put on a play of it, but I think there's also some fantasy involved in this. There's fairies and stuff, And I've never, like, been massively down with fairy stories, but there are some that I've read that I like, so maybe this will be one of them. The next one, okay, this is so cool. I didn't know this was a thing, and it is. It's the third book in the Wicked Years series, A Light Among Men, and it's got sprayed edges. It's a mass market paperback, and they sprayed the edges. The reason this is cool is because you can tell I got rid of books and moved them around. I thought they were over here. I have the first mass market paperback, and it's got green edges, and the second one, Son of a Witch, has red edges, and this one has brown. Like, I don't need multiple copies of this book, but, like, I want them. But now there's not a mass market paperback of the fourth book out of Oz, so they need to get on that, because, like, I have to complete this group of mass market paperbacks now. The next book I pulled out was When I Am Through With You, and I couldn't remember what it was about. It was on my wish list, and I think it was like $1.29, but I'm going to read the blurb real quick. Ben Gibson is many things, but he's not sorry, and he's not a liar. He would tell you exactly how what started as a simple school camping trip in the mountains ended the way it did, about who lived and who died, about who killed and who had the best of intentions, and he'll tell you about Rose, but he's going to tell you in his own time, because after what happened on that mountain, time is the only thing he has plenty of. Okay, so it sounds like a pretty decent thriller. You know, short, sweet, to the point, little thriller. So I'll read that at some point. I thought it would be neat. I think the blurb got me on that one, but I've got it now, so. Okay. I got Pride and Prometheus. And I'd seen this, I kept, like, looking up Frankenstein to see if there were any cool covers of it that I didn't have, because I have a problem. But this one, oh man. It's a Pride and Prejudice plus Frankenstein retelling, where, I'm going to read it. Victor Frankenstein travels to England where he meets Mary and Kitty Bennet, the remaining unmarried sisters of the Bennet family. And Mary and Victor, like, fall in love, and the creature is jealous. I love Frankenstein, and I love Pride and Prejudice, and Mary Bennet is super cool, so yeah, I'm going to read that. Pride and Prometheus. Oh, I can't wait to read that. Oh, here's a big one. Okay. Bright We Burn, which is the third book in, is it As I Darken? Like, I can see it on my shelf. I had the first two in this trilogy, and I didn't have the last one, and I wanted it in hardcover because, of course I did. Yeah, and I Darken. So now I have it, and now one day I'll read it, and I'm looking forward to it. Again, one day when I have time. Oh, yeah. What the hell? Sorry. I got Hidden Sea by Gregory Maguire, which I didn't own, and it's a signed first edition. Book Outlet. Come through, Book Outlet. A signed first edition. Shut up. Shut up. I don't even need to look at what else is in the box. That's great. Book Outlet, you didn't have to do that, but you did. Oh, wow. Oh, man, I'm so excited to have this. Oh, man. Anyway, this is a retelling of the Nutcracker. So I'll read this in December. I'm going to put this off. But, oh, my God, I cannot believe that I have that. That's wild. The next one I got is Home Fire, which I got because Kat from Paperback Dreams and her sister did, like, a comparison video. Is that what it was? It was around Christmas time. I feel like it was if you like this, you probably will like this, like book recommendations. And her sister mentioned that, and this was based basically on Antigone, which is like my favorite Greek play. And look at that cover. Like, look at this cover. But yeah, it's basically a retelling of Antigone, and so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I think there's only one more book in here. Yeah, there's only one more book, and I don't know what it is. Okay, this is a great one, too. How to Keep a Boy from Kissing You. I got this one because I think Carrie the Book Bell mentioned it in one of her Book Outlet hauls. and they're putting on Much Ado About Nothing, which unfortunately is not a book that I'm reading for my comedies class. And as of right now, I still don't have an option for As You Like It, so I may read this one and do Much Ado About Nothing instead of As You Like It, unless I can find a book based on As You Like It. Like, it's impossible because it's such a, like, I guess lesser known Shakespeare, but either way, that's about a girl putting on Much Ado About Nothing, and she's never been kissed before, so she doesn't want to waste the kiss on the guy in the play, and drama. That was my haul. It was 10 books. I had one that was signed, a signed first edition, and I'm very excited to read them. And now I'm going to go do homework because I already had a paper that was due and I finished it, and I'm just like, there's so much reading to do. So let me go do that.